It's Rudi from Better Music. I have here today a Yamaha Clavinova. Yes, Clavinova. We are now Clavinova dealers, and it's really exciting to have the whole range of Clavinova models available in the store. Kicked the ball off today with the Yamaha Clavinova CLP-625. Now, this piano has been out for a little while, and there's been some new products that have come out since this was released from Yamaha, namely the Arius models, the 164 and 144, which are, well, they're different from what the previous Arius ones were. So there's a little bit of competition between this and the models below. So what I'm going to sort of turn this video in today, because a lot of the videos you'll see online for this are probably from when it first came out. It's probably not as relevant now because this is still a really good piano, but we need to look at why this piano is what you might want over something like the 164 from Yamaha. So let's have a look. So you heard the CFX piano sound in the intro, which is a really nice piano sound. The Arius model does use that as well. Let's have a look at what changes and what's different. Another sound in this is the Bösendorfer sample. So the Arius models don't have that, and that adds a whole bunch of, well, a whole bunch of difference to your piano playing because it's a completely different sample from a completely different piano, which gives you sort of two pianos in one. So let's have a listen to that. Okay, so that's the Bösendorfer sound. So yes, we've got the Bösendorfer, which is, you know, great to have, but there are some other differences in terms of the way this piano plays, which makes it quite different from the Arius model. So to start off, we've been talking about sound. Let's continue down the sound route. The 164 and the 144 use the CFX sample, and they use damper resonance. So you're hearing the resonance of the dampers coming off the strings, and that's sampled as well to give you some realism. This goes a little bit further. We've got damper resonance, we've got string resonance, and we've also got a feature that Yamaha use that's called smooth release, which is the way in which the samples play depending on how you play. So if you're playing legato or staccato, the way the sound transitions from one note to another is reflected by the way you're playing. So it makes your playing, well, it feels like the piano is more in tune with what you're doing. It's only very subtle, but it does make quite a difference to the way it feels when you're playing. So on top of the smooth release as well, back in line in talking about the string resonance and the damper resonance, there's also key off samples. So they've sampled the sound the piano makes when the keys lift up as well. So that's all adding to the basic sound you're getting in the Arius and just giving you a lot more depth to the sound and, well, more realism as well. Let's talk about the action as well, because that's another thing that's different between this and the Arius series, in particular the 164. So the 164 uses the Yamaha GH3 graded hammer mechanism with synthetic ebony and ivory key tops. So this has what's called the GH3X. So it's basically the same mechanism, but they've added another feature to it, and it has escapement. So you can feel the click in the key when you press really slowly. So it just adds that extra little bit of realism to your playing experience. So we've talked about the sound, we've talked about the action, we've talked about the differences between the 164 and this piano. Again, which is pretty pertinent because the Ariuses are a bit newer, but this has still got a bunch of stuff that differentiates it from the Arius models. Have a listen to some of the other sounds. There's 10 sounds, which is the same as on the 164. They're pretty much the same, except you don't have the Bösendorfer on the 164 as we discussed. Electric piano does sound a little bit different. It's a really nice electric piano. You've got your 80s sort of DX electric piano. Harpsichord. That's enough of harpsichord for me. Vibraphone. Pipe organ. So I'm not going to go through all of them. You've heard the organ, there's strings, and you've got some nice combinations like piano and strings obviously always sounds good. There's a preset for it, so you don't have to make up your preset. So piano, CFX piano and strings. So that's most of the features, and we're talking about the ones that are really important to you in deciding whether you want to buy the 625 over the 164, because I think in this day and age we're talking about a model that's been out for a little while, and you really want to know what the differences are between the model below, because the 164 is a great piano, has a whole bunch of features. Let's narrow it down to features. I think with this piano, the best thing about it is the way it plays, the way it feels, and pianistically, it has quite a big edge over the Arias series. In terms of tech, it's one step behind, unfortunately, and that is in terms of the app that you use. So I've got my iPhone here, it can be Android or iOS, using what's called their digital piano controller app. So I can control the whole piano, I can pick sounds, I can do all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. I can even record to the device, makes it really easy to use. With the Arias models though, they do use Yamaha's newer smart pianist app, and that works on the model above this, which is a 635, 645, and the other models in the range. 625 doesn't use it. So you would think, well then why should I buy this piano? Well, there's a whole bunch of reasons. I think if what you're interested in primarily is to have the best possible piano touch and piano sound for not too much money, well, you should definitely put this on your shopping list because it's not too expensive. It's also available in a polished ebony finish, which there aren't really any pianos in this price category that you can buy that are any good in a polished ebony finish. So if you're after the furniture aspect, look, it does look a lot nicer than the Arias as well. The finish is better. There's rosewood, there's a charcoal or dark walnut, I think it's called, and a satin black, and again the polished ebony, which does look really stunning, so definitely consider that. But pianistically, with all the extra sampling going on with the string resonance, the damper resonance, the key-off samples, the smooth release, it does make for a much better pianistic instrument than the Arias series. Now, when it comes to the speaker system, they haven't skimped on that. Look, it's a 40-watt system. It's very similar to what's in the 164, but with the better sampling and the extra detail in the sounds, it sounds really, really good. So again, this has been the CLP-625. Key points are, it's a step up from the 164 in the Arias series. I think why you'd be motivated to buy this piano is if the most important thing to you is the best pianistic experience for not too much money, then it's worth the extra step up from the 164 to this, which is not a lot of money. It's not a lot more. You will lose out on the feature to use the Smart Pianist app, which is pretty cool. It's a very good app. But if you're not too fussed by that, you'll gain a whole bunch in terms of the pianistic experience. So I hope that helps you decide which one you want to buy. I'll see you later for now. And if you've got any questions, hit us up in the comments below or give us a call in the shop, or we'll see you in the store. I'll see you next time.